Welcome to TYT Sports. Francis Maxwell and Jason Rubin here with you to discuss, context, more important. We've done what if NBA players had to play for their hometown rosters. We've done what if NFL players had to play from their hometown rosters. And what we learned...
Steph Curry's from Akron.
Thank you. We've learned that Steph Curry was born in Akron, same hospital as LeBron. We now know that. And Manti Te'o was born in somewhere in Hawaii. So we're going to do this with world football, right? Bleacher Report released a video that kind of pointed out some notable players from notable cities. It's what if world football players had to play from the city they were born in, which has Argentina, as you'll see, has a lot of great cities where players are from. We'll get to that later on. Madrid, Rome, Sao Paulo. We're going to get to all those. Okay. Let's start with some notable athletes, notable world football players from Sao Paulo, Brazil, because it does boast somebody who we talked about on a different clip. You can click for it in the links or the sections.
This is a more positive life.
Because it includes Neymar. So this will be number 9, Ja'Cory. There we go.
Sao Paulo's notable talent. So Neymar, of course, Barcelona. Willian of Chelsea. Oscar of Chelsea.
Right. Willian, the greatest accidental goal scoring free kick taker of all time.
I was like, at this point, surely you just need to think that he's meaning this. Because he's done it so many times, right? Lucas Moura and Luis Gustavo. Great. That would be a great 5-a-side team. 5-on-5, you know what 5-on-5 is? It's like kind of like a power league, you call it in the UK. There would be a great 5-a-side team. But these are just some of the notable talents in Sao Paulo. Let's move on to talk about some of the more notable.
So we're going to work our way backwards. Cities. Now we're going to go, it wasn't built in a day, but it's Rome.
I mean, it sounds like you're introducing a bingo clip. Like
bingo?
Yeah, you know the way you like...
B52.
2 fat ladies. 88.
Is that Snake Eyes? 1-1, 11. Totti
not building a day, it's Rome. Notable talent, Francesco Totti, the legend that is, the legend that was, the legend that will never grow old, is Francesco Totti.
I was going to say any of these guys, but go on.
Antonio Candreva, what a player. Daniel De Rossi. And the good thing about De Rossi and Totti is that they actually did play for their hometown team in Roma. They just haven't left.
Everybody's last name has to end in I if you're playing for Team Roma.
Romagnoli and Florenzi. So another great 5-on-5 team. But it is good to see these players that actually stay true to their hometown teams. As mentioned, Totti, there's many of them in the world, but Totti and De Rossi are some of the most notable. Gerrard, of course, with Liverpool is a notable one.
It's also very familiar to, I feel like a lot of teams in the Serie A, is they like to pick their Italian homegrown players.
I think they're one of the best for staying true to having Italian players play in that league. And Juventus...
Chiellini.
In their prime, had a lot of, not just players from in that area, but they had Italians in their team. They had a lot of great Italian players in their team, and it is good to see that. I think at one point Bayern Munich had almost half of the German national team in their team. It's something that has been deferred away from in England more so than anything else, but I don't want to digress on this because there's a lot of foreigners.
Probably a good thing.
Well, if they did stay true to that.
Very shakily scared of the commenters. Probably a good thing.
All right, moving on. What's the other cities we've got?
I've never been here, but I want to go. Madrid. Trying to continue
the bingo noises. Bingo thing. Never been here.
They do boast probably the best goalkeeper out of many of the hometown rosters. For now, I don't know where Neuer's from. I don't know what city he will be a part of. We'll tease some stuff later. De Gea, Carvajal, Koke, Morata, Parejo.
Great. That is some good notable players in there, and hence why the reason maybe that David De Gea was looking to get a move back to Madrid, because he wanted to go back to his hometown, play for a team that he probably grew up worshipping. It is like every boy's dream to play for the team that you worship. I'm still waiting on Celtic's contract offer.
That's got to be a tough... I've always wondered... Little digression, but we'll get back to it quickly. It's you grew up a Celtic diehard,
fanatic,
right? And you want to play in the Scottish Premier League, right? Your only choice is to play for the Rangers. Obviously, you want to pursue your professional career. You have to play for them. I know. But you're gonna. If it was Rangers or nothing, never play soccer professionally, you're gonna play for the Rangers. What does that do to your psyche?
It doesn't do much to my psyche. It just makes a really awkward Christmas dinner. Because my family, if you think I'm a diehard Celtic fan, and my family would turn around and be like, "So you signed with Rangers, eh? Cool. Get out of my house! Get out of my house!
You don't get any ham tonight, son."
It's turkey, Jason, for Christmas dinner.
I don't know. I'm a Jew, okay?
Oh, sorry. My bad. We're good friends.
What do you want from me?
My bad. All right, anyway.
I get
Moving
bagels
on.
and lox for Christmas dinner. Chinese in a movie. Chinese food in a movie. That's what we've always done. We move forward to, because that made sense. Hometown, your hometown.
Yeah, hometown.
As a
That's
Celtic
true.
fan.
All right, moving on. What's the other city? Is it the last city?
Now we get to a pretty stacked team. We get into the Argentinian cities.
Say it, Jason. How do you say this?
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Let's see it.
And it includes Carlos Tevez, who, by the way, Boca Juniors having trouble paying Tevez. He might be going back to
Tevez has had like
Juventus.
the worst money problems in his life. Like,
I don't know about that. We just did a whole clip on everybody avoiding taxes in Barcelona. So how could you
that's
say?
taking too much money. Tevez has had issues of like not getting enough money. He was part owned by an agency. An agency owned him and Mascherano. It was a huge case when he signed for West Ham. Mascherano and Tevez went to West Ham. It was an agency that owned him. It wasn't like he was a team.
Such a bad joke, Fred. It's turkey, Francis. You have turkey on Christmas dinner, not West Ham. I have to make it because you said ham.
I mean, I'm Jewish. I don't know, right? All right, let's take a look at the rest of them again because I think I seen Otamendi sneaking in now.
Yeah, we have Otamendi, Carlos Tevez, Sergio Aguero.
That's a great team. That's like a balanced 5-on-5 because you have two strikers who will play together and then you've got a strong back line, Otamendi, Zabaleta, and Rojo. But the reason we did this, Jason, is because it was a good video Bleacher Report released that actually showcased a
Full
strong
11.
starting 11 from a certain city in Argentina. So without further ado, let's take a look.
And we've got a full 11 here for you that Rosario could feasibly produce, and it's pretty impressive, we have to say. We have Guzman in goal, Ezequiel Garay, World Cup runner-up, Christian Ansaldi. They're in defence. We've had a problem at left-back, but I'm sure Maxi Rodriguez wouldn't mind playing there if he absolutely had to. In midfield, with Javier Mascherano holding, Eva Banega on the right side, and Di Maria providing the thrust on the left side. And up front in the front three, we have Messi from the right in his new position with Barcelona, Lavezzi from the left, both flanking Mauro Icardi, Internazionale's Capo Canieri from last season, looking to establish his name even further this year. It's an absolutely incredible 11 given the constraints of forming a team only from one city. I don't know what they're putting in the water in Rosario, but they need to keep doing it because it seems to work just fine.
They're putting steroids in the water.
Well,
in
not
Rosario.
obviously not, Jason, because Messi's not that big.
I smell something, Francis. I smell.
Did you go to the restaurant?
I did. Oh, that's a different video. Wow, everything's tying together today so nicely. I smell a what-if challenge.
So do I. Wait, what do you smell?
I smell a FIFA what-if
FIFA
challenge.
All right. So do I. And that is a good leeway, a good segue, a good anything that ends in way into what we want you guys to do and what we want you guys to provide. And fact check, trust me, because that comment section is a dog-eat-dog world. If you put Harry Kane in there when he's actually from Lancashire instead of London, I don't know my shires in England that much as it is our bordering town.
Neither do the Americans.
Yeah, but we know that the Shire is somewhere where Frodo was hanging out. But throw in your specific teams that you can fact check and let us know, and we'll give you all the credit in the world.
We'll do some fact checking as well.
Yes.
But please give us ideas. We want to know what
Please
you think.
fact check.
Okay,
Make my
screw it.
job a lot easier. Check the
Fair
facts.
enough. Fair enough.
No, throw the teams that is. If it's London, I'm sure you've got a lot of teams in there to pick from. Maybe finish the Madrid team.
Do you think there's a better team than Rosario though? I mean,
I don't know. We could challenge Rosario against. I was going to say
Madrid?
If you want a Messi Ronaldo game, try and figure out if there's any more
Lisbon.
people from.
No, he moved to Lisbon.
Yes, we're
right?
trying to figure out. I don't know the exact.
Ronaldo,
town,
according to the documentary that's coming out in the trailer, he moved to Lisbon, Portugal.
Yes.
Right. It's a place.
But I love when I don't say anything. You automatically question your own point. You're like, Portugal, right?
Portugal.
In Europe, right?
In
the other continent, right?
on Earth.
Oh no, you
Right?
got it.
Yeah.
Back to Portugal.
Got it.
Anyway, so you get the idea. Throw us a starting 11. It would be great, and we'll give you all the credit in the world. Maybe even send out a shirt if it's really good.
Oh.